When I leave this world behind me, to another I will go. If there are no pipes in heaven, I'll be going down below. If friends in time may sever, someday we will meet again. I return to leave you never, be a piper to the end. This has been a day to die for. Now the day is almost gone. Up above, a quiet seabird comes to face the setting sun. The evening dove is calling, and the hills are burning red. And before the night comes falling, clouds are lined with golden thread. We watch the fire together, shared waters for a while, walk the dusty road together, came so many miles. Well, today's a day to die on. Now the day is almost gone. Here the pipes will lay beside me, silent with the battle drum. If friends in time may sever, someday we will meet again. I return to leave you never, be a piper to the end.
The sun has just set and I'm in the peaceful, quiet Ballinaclough graveyard. I have my Síle Na pamphlet here by Jack Roberts. A few points I want to read out to you as I sit here beside the Síle Na. Bring you a bit closer so you can see her. She's standing with one hand raised up to her ear, overlooking this site. The image of the goddess in her hag form occurs frequently in mythology, and they are generally regarded as a grotesque older woman possessed of supernatural powers. In the story of the Durga's hostel, the hag curses the king, who refuses her entry, by standing on one leg with one hand held up in the air, a stance taken by a number of Síle Na, such as the figure that was until 1990 to be found on Kiltinian Church. The older clans or families had a strong attachment to the figures on their churches and castles, and it may well be that they represented certain familiars or ruling spirits related to the particular area or tribe. The figure from Cullohill was called Síle Na after Gillian O'Dwyer, head of the O'Gara clan. The figure on Montcarkey Castle was known as Kathleen Owen, an archaic name that is found throughout Ireland meaning the Hag of the River. The figure from the old mill at Rossnaree was also remembered by a former owner as being the image of an original goddess. The Irish Times in 1977 relates how a faction fight in 1913 was averted when the Beena Tig lifted her skirts, displaying naked genitals. Margaret Killip, in the folklore of the Isle of Man, states that at the ceremonial bonfires, women used to stride over the fire, exposing their vulva to the beneficial influence of the flame and blessing it with their power. Since the female genitals were believed to have magical powers to avert evil, a researcher working in Ireland in the mid-19th century recorded that the figures of displayed women on churches had something to do with the ancient custom of averting ill luck. He also noted that an afflicted man might turn to a certain class of females known as Síle Na, who would display themselves in order to avert evil and bring about good luck. So tranquil to be out this time of the evening. It's coming up to 10 p.m. Still a bit of light in the sky. Just the sound of the tractors driving around, doing their last few bits of work. I have my Jack Roberts Síle Na map. I really do get the feeling that there'll be so much more antiquity still found. People say everything has been found, but I really believe it's the opposite. We're going to find lots more standing stones, lots more stone circles, lots more Síle Na gigs. Because we're going to get better at being able to look for them, to see the pattern recognition. So that's an exciting time. You know, I think a lot of this stuff is hidden in plain sight, in such a way where people could be walking past things that have been sitting there for thousands of years. So time will tell. Just a little note for anyone interested in Irish history, Republican history. I didn't know, standing beside a grave here, it's saying here, Thomas Casey, Galton Upper Nina, ex-Old IRA, 1920 to 1923. Died 19th of January 1961. There's a wee bit of history there, which is in Ballinaclough in County Tipperary. Slangafoil.
Turning wheels on a meadow, winding up the glen, white water rushing through, leaves spiral overhead. Took a path through the mountain to the lover's stone, high up above the sea, that is where you belong. See my breath on the cold air, filling up the sky, floating into the trees, I could hear the crows too. Oh little darling, it's a bright grey morning for you. See my breath on the cold air, filling up the sky, floating into the trees, I could hear the crows too. Oh little darling, it's a bright grey morning for you.